about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the WWE Night of Champions Picks and Prediction Show by yours truly, Cage of Cage My IQ. We are only a few days away from the premium live event in Saudi Arabia. We got some fun-filled championship matchups for you to predict. I put a nice spin of things where I give you guys the betting odds and I give you my prediction of who I think wins, and then the betting spot where I think you should hit. Even if you don't think they're going to win, that is the way to go. You always have to differentiate the prediction winner from the betting favorite here. So, of course, this is Cage My IQ, the best place for MMA content. You can follow me on social media and subscribe to me on Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, and YouTube. My Twitter handle is @CageIQ, and of course, Cage My IQ on Twitch. And then you can follow my YouTube channel on Cage My IQ. Please do me a favor, smash the like button, and then hit me up in the comment section, give me your feedback, and let me know who you're going to side with on this Saturday afternoon. And then, of course, I am part of the Bloodline Entertainment Network. You can subscribe to the YouTube channel at Bloodline Entertainment Networks, www.youtube.com/@thebloodlineent, and the Twitter handle for that page is at the Bloodline ENT. We got everywhere from sports to entertainment to MMA to even animated, and now we offer late night gaming on Twitch. We got a little bit of everything for you on the Bloodline Entertainment Network, so check it all out. You will love it. And we a bunch of podcasts that just do what we do best, and that's give you the facts and give you what you want to hear. And of course, lastly, we got merch at Cage My IQ. All you gotta do is go to firesfirst.shop and go to the Cage My IQ collection. As you see right there, we got the new merch with the new logo. Compliments of Mike Ginn. Check it out at fightersports.shop and let me know what you think. We got a few matches to break down here for Night of Champions 2023. Let's get started for you guys today. First, we got the Women's Championship of SmackDown right here for you. We got Rhea Ripley, the champion, who's the minus 1425 favorite, versus Natalya, the challenger, who's the plus 550 underdog. Both ways, I'm going with Rhea Ripley. I think this is just a filler match. Natalya always is on the Night of Champions card, it seems. She's a good worker. She can come in there and give Rhea Ripley a good match, but there's no realistic chance that she wins the title. She's been put in this spot for the last couple years. I don't see her as a champion now. I see her as like a mid-card competitor. She does good by the company. Rhea Ripley just has the it factor. She has the gimmick, she has the look, and she's great on the mic, and everybody likes what she does. That's why she's the huge 1425 favorite. You can't bet this fight here, but you can easily tell that Rhea Ripley is going to be the one to come out victorious in this one and to retain her title. I see her feuding with Becky Lynch in the future. but and that would be more better of a bet to bet on than this one. If you want to put a lot of money on this one because it's minus 14.25, you can basically get free money there. But at 14.25, you're basically making nothing on the dollar that you're betting on. You got to bet a lot just to make at least something. But on this one, I'm going with Rhea Ripley. It fits for the storyline. She's the true leader of the Judgment Day, and she's going to be champion for quite a while in 2023. So once again, I'm going with Rhea Ripley to retain the title with the 14.25 bet odds mark on this fight. Let's move on to a very unpredictable fight here. We got the Intercontinental Championship between the Ring General Gunther, who's the minus 715 favorite, versus Mustafa Ali at plus 400. I think they do this just for the namesake with Mustafa Ali. You got Saudi Arabia. They always try and find Mustafa Ali a place on the card. I didn't expect them to do this where they would put him in the IC title spot, especially since he's considered a free agent with both brands. He's one of those 5'6" guys that can float both shows, but he's been appearing on Raw a little bit more. He's got that new positive gimmick, and it seems like a good thing for him right now. Like, he's always been a great competitor, but this is Gunther. Unless there's a crazy shock here where interference happens, and this is the way that they drop the title off of Gunther to push him in the main event picture, I don't see any other way than to have Gunther win this match. He is the number one heel on Raw. They're pushing him so hard back on Raw. Last week, he was in 3 different segments. He was in a segment, of course, for the IC title. He was in a segment with the Bloodline, and he was in a segment with Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. I just think that he is money right now. He is the guy that they're going to on Raw. He's a future world champion. This isn't the guy that you drop the title to unless there's a lot of interference in this, and this is what leads to him now to go to the title. I don't think it is. I think you wait a little bit more down the road. You drop the title off of him in the fall, and then somewhere that you get him that world title shot at Mania next year. I think that would be the perfect thing for him. And at my 715 odds, you got a little bit more wiggle room to bet with than you did with Rhea Ripley, but you still kind of can't go with it here because you got to bet a lot to do it. But you know what? Go with it. Bet him. Put a lot on him because it's Gunther, the ring general. He is going to win. He has yet to be pinned or submitted since he got caught up to the main roster last year. So I'm going with Gunther for the pick, and for the predictions, I'm going for Gunther as well. Let's move on to the next match here. We got a grudge match between Becky Lynch going up against Trish Stratus. This is where you can kind of play with both sides here with the betting odds. Becky Lynch is the minus 500. Trish Stratus is the plus 300. This all started right after WrestleMania. Trish Stratus costed these two the tag titles when they wrote Lita off the TV with an injury. Trish Stratus took the place of her in the tag titles match, and then basically cost this team the match. And then she attacked Becky Lynch afterwards. Went back to that heelish Trish Stratus character, and Becky Lynch was written off TV for a few weeks, and then came back with a vengeance. I think you could go with Trish Stratus here on the betting odds at plus 300. There's always that chance that they have her win somehow by distraction, by cheating or whatnot, and it's not going to hurt Becky Lynch because I could see them fighting each other again at SummerSlam or at Money in the Bank. I see it happen. I just don't see this being a one wrestling match feud since they got a lot going. I think they're going to keep Rhea Ripley away from Becky Lynch for a little while, and this is just a rivalry that can happen for a couple months to keep Becky Lynch busy until you want to go to that title match, Rhea Ripley. So part of me still feels like Becky Lynch is going to win the match, so I'm going with that with the prediction. But picks wise, with betting, I'm going with Trish Stratus in this moment. Plus 300 odds, great odds here. It's not like we're just like, oh my god, there's no way that she could win this match. She could. I just don't see a reason why they would draft her to Raw to have her lose this to then have her disappear. I think she could get the win, stay on the brand for a couple of months, and then eventually lose to Becky. And then that ushers in Becky getting that title shot once again. She's just bigger than the title right now. She's the namesake. You put her up against a Hall of Famer, Trish Stratus, and that makes for money with matches. Even at this time, Trish still has it. She really hasn't showcased on the mic or anything that she's lost a step. If she has, we can't even notice it too bad. But I got Becky Lynch with the prediction and Trish with the pick betting wise. So definitely book that because I think it could happen. Moving on to the next match here. This is a match that who knows what's going to happen after the past few weeks on Raw. We got Cody Rhodes versus Brock Lesnar in a big-time grudge match. This is the second match of the feud. Cody Rhodes is the plus 150 underdog. Brock Lesnar is the minus 225 favorite. These two have been going at it since after the Raw after Mania. Brock Lesnar turned Country Brock heel and then attacked Cody before the main event of Raw, and then it never happened. And then they had a match at Backlash where Cody busted open Brock Lesnar and won by basically rolling up Brock and then getting out of the ring. And then during the tournament for the New World Heavyweight Championship, Brock interfered in the triple threat match and costed Cody Rhodes the match, in which got him eliminated from the tournament. And then from the weeks coming, he's attacked Cody. He's hit him from behind. He this past Monday, he put him in the Kimura, damaged his arm, broke his arm, and still Cody Rhodes is still persistent that he wants to fight Brock at Night of Champions. He's pissed off. He's injured. He has nothing to gain from this but to win because he is tired of Brock attacking him at plus 150 odds. The one of the top baby faces on Raw. How can you not bet Cody Rhodes here? Because unless they do a third match, which I don't see happening, because you want to see Cody move on to a different feud to build himself back up. You don't want to keep him in the same feud for 4 or 5 months. It's just not a good look for him, especially when you want to build him back up to be a future world champion. You want to build him as a big time guy, which the fans are behind him. You got the entrance music, which they sing with. He's got the charisma. He's got the saying. He's got everything right now for not being named Seth freaking Rollins. And Lesnar's a guy who's in the business of building his opponent now. And I think this is the perfect chance to have him defy the odds, beat Brock Lesnar while injured, just like last year when he had a turn pec and then he beat Seth freaking Rollins inside Hell in a Cell. I think he gets it done and then gets written off of TV. So I'm going with Cody Rhodes on both sides here. And at the plus 150 mark, you get great bet odds here. So you better hit him now because this is the pick where you'll make a lot of money. And it's more like plausible for him to actually win. This is where you want to push him. And even in the win, he could go off TV and take some time off because this was a huge feud for Cody Rhodes after losing at WrestleMania to Roman Reigns. He gets that stock back, takes a little bit of time away, and then can come back, and the fans will be going nuts when he comes back. So push Cody Rhodes in the big picks and predictions side of things, both sides. Let's make money. He's going to win this match and somehow pull out the upset here, even though that he should be the guy to win this feud. Now moving on to the one that's very crazy that no one knows what's going to happen. We got the undisputed tag team championships match. It is Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, the champs, versus Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa. And this has thrown a loop into the tag team division ever since the Usos lost their rematch right before Backlash. But then Backlash, Solo pinned Matt Riddle in the 3-on-3 match. You got Heyman and Reigns return. Reigns has said that he's tired of the Usos, that they've been losing. And then he gave the mic to Paul Heyman, who said that he's talked to management. He was able to get a tag title match. And this time, it's going to be Sami and KO versus Solo Sikoa and Roman Reigns. The Usos were pissed. And Roman Reigns basically said, I got to do my work myself. I'm going to have another belt, and there's nothing you can do about it. But Sami Zayn said that he's not going to win because they're just not good enough to be tag champions. And at minus 275, that's a little high against the Tribal Chief. You got the Tribal Chief, put your ones up in the air. This guy is the double champ. He hasn't been pinned in a couple years. You got Solo Sikoa. He's only been pinned once since getting called up, and that's to Cody Rhodes right before WrestleMania. I got to know what they're going to do in this match because I feel like how do you drop the titles off of Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, but then how do you protect Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa in a match where you think that they should lose it? And that's how you get something huge happening. And what I think could happen is I think this is the perfect spot where the Usos could interfere and cost the Bloodline the match. And then that's where you get the dissension of the Bloodline. And it would make sense to keep Roman and Solo Sikoa big by having them lose by getting attacked. You have Solo Sikoa take the pin because then Roman Reigns, even though it's not a world title match or singles match, you still want to protect the fact that he hasn't been pinned. Unless you want to go chaos into the win and have Roman Reigns get pinned. But I think Solo Sikoa could take the pin. He's more of the heater. He's a big guy. We've seen a lot more from him in the last month. And for him to get attacked by the Usos, that'd be huge. And then Sami and KO can hold the titles and then move on from this feud because they're on Raw, whereas the Bloodline is on SmackDown. And then the Bloodline can fight with each other up until SummerSlam and beyond, and can be done with this feud because I think this feud is done. I think this is the last thing that they can do with it. I think what you do is you bet Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn with the bet, and then with the pick, flip a coin because I have no idea how you can do this one. But my prediction is I think that Sami and KO win the match by pinning Solo Sikoa because the Usos get involved and turn on the Tribal Chief and the Heater. I think that's what happens. They've been pushing it, but this Bloodline saga, you could go any way with it. Like there's roads to different storylines with it. Just when you think that it's getting wound down, they get thrown more at you, and they find a way to prolong it and keep it fresh. So there could be routes for Roman and Solo to win. If you think they're going to win, you hit that plus 165 odds. But I'm going with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn to retain their titles. Let's move on to the SmackDown Women's Championship. Which is on Raw, of course. A Raw Women's Championship, which is on SmackDown. We got this Raw Women's Champion, Bianca Belair, the minus 715 favorite, versus Asuka, the plus 333. You would think that Bianca's going to win, but I'm going to side with Asuka here. I'm going to go with the big underdog odds here. Why do you place her against Asuka at a pay-per-view like this after just facing each other at WrestleMania where Bianca won that match? You list Asuka as one of the top heels on SmackDown just to have her lose again. Is this just a filler? Is this you that kind of pegging down Asuka in a fact just to get Bianca another title win under her belt? Or is this the perfect spot to take the title off of Bianca Belair? You can take it off of her. She can take time off or do something differently. I know they've been pushing Bianca versus Rhea Ripley in the future. You can get to that. You can get to that without the title. You could have her lose in this match because of the mist and kind of protects her a little bit after losing. I think at some point you got to have her drop the title. You can put it back on her. Maybe they do a third match at SummerSlam, and then you can have her get the title back then. But I think now's a perfect time for her to drop the title. She's been doing a wonderful job as Raw Women's Champion, but they're on SmackDown now. You got to push somebody else here. I just don't see the reason to book Asuka in this match to have her lose to Bianca Belair once again. If you had her do this big turn and then had no payoff with it, I think you need to put the title on Asuka and get Asuka big now so that when they fight again, that it's a bigger match than it is right now because the push has been lackluster at best, and no one's got invested into it. So I'm riding with Asuka with the picks side of things with the plus 333 odds, and I'm rocking with Asuka with the prediction. I think we finally see Bianca Belair drop the title before and then go on a second run of chasing the title because we love the chase. And then I could see her turning heel soon to make it even fresher for her character. Let's move on to the main event here. We got the finals of the World Heavyweight Championship tournament, which should have been just on Raw, but we had Raw and SmackDown represented in this finals. We got Seth freaking Rollins is the minus 400 favorite versus the phenomenal AJ Styles. He is the plus 250. I'm riding with Seth freaking Rollins here. This babyface run that he's turned into the last 5 months has been just wonderful. He was going a year plus of losing every single pay-per-view. He lost to Cody Rhodes 3 times, and still the fans got on his side. They sing his song. He's added that Joker-style character montage to him with the laugh, going crazy. He's just turned a new leaf on life with this guy, and then he can't lose. Even when he loses, he doesn't lose because the fans love him. Then you got the returning AJ Styles. He can afford to lose. He's coming to this one after being out for 6 months due to injury. He's looked like he never missed a beat. He's come in. He won the 2 matches on SmackDown. He's cut great promos. He's talked about how when he was done with Impact and he saw Seth Rollins in the pen scene, that he saw that he was the face of the future then, and then now he looks back and he knows that he was right because how big Seth freaking Rollins is. And this is going to be a great match. These two go crazy in the ring. This is likely going to be the match of the night. Yeah, like these two. And the crazy part is these two are baby faces. So we get a babyface first babyface match for the title. And I just don't see them putting the title on AJ just because AJ's on SmackDown. He gets strapped to the SmackDown. Unless they pull a swerve and he wins the belt and gets moved to Raw, and then Rollins gets moved to SmackDown. I just don't see any other option than the Seth freaking Rollins here. You got him hot right now. He's been pushed to the moon. He's Triple H's number one guy. He's on Raw. He's due to win the title. That has eluded him for the last 3 years. Like, he deserves it, and you can push him forward, being that guy, especially with those vignettes that they've cut the last 2 weeks. And he's cut when he talked about Roman Reigns. He's talked about how he's selfish. He's not putting anybody over. He's all about himself. And it said that he's going to be a fighting champion. He's going to give everybody opportunities. He's going to defend the title all the time. That just leads me to believe that Seth freaking Rollins is going to win. And then down the line, you'll get a match between him and Roman Reigns. I'm pushing that minus 400 mark. It's not the best of odds, but it's still serviceable. You still could get something back for it. So push that with the picks and predictions, and then put it to the bank, because Seth freaking Rollins is that damn good, and he's going to be your new World Heavyweight Champion. That'll wrap things up with my WWE Night of Champions picks and prediction show. I'm also going to be putting out my NXT Battleground picks and predictions as well. With this, we got a fun-packed wrestling weekend. On Friday, we got Impact Under Siege. On Saturday, we got WWE Night of Champions. And on Sunday, we got NXT Battleground and AEW's Double or Nothing. We got a lot of wrestling coming for you guys this weekend, and the Bloodline Entertainment is the place to go to get your coverage of all these premium live events / pay-per-view. So all you got to do is go to YouTube and check out the YouTube channel. We are at www.Bloodline Entertainment Network. And then the handle is www.youtube.com/@thebloodlineent. We got shows all week where we're going to be breaking down the pay-per-views. We got WrestleBread that's coming on tomorrow with the EST of the Bloodline, JD. She's coming on Thursday with a few of the Bloodline gang to break down Night of Champions, NXT Battleground, and AEW Double or Nothing. You can check out friends of the group, the World Elite podcast. They're coming on Thursday as well to break down all 4 premium live events. So they're giving you the goods there. And then don't miss the Tim King show tonight as he does his recap of AEW Dynamite. And then we got Friday, which there's everything goes on Friday. We usually have Top Rope Wrestling talk where they give you their opinions on the week in wrestling. So check out everything that we have to offer on the Bloodline Entertainment Network. I'll be back with all my coverage of MMA and wrestling next week with the return of the UFC, with the UFC on Vegas 73. And then, of course, don't forget to smash the like button down below and hit me up in the comment section with your feedback and thoughts and opinions on this premium live event. I want to know what you think. I want to know who you're picking. Give me your thoughts. Hit me up there. I'll be back next weekend. I'll talk to you guys later. Have a good Memorial Day weekend. Peace.